I want to pose this question more to you and the Daddy Gang, but one of the biggest conversations in this year's election revolves around a woman's body.
Yep.
I want to take a moment, and can we try to think of any law that gives the government the power to make a decision
I know what you're going to ask.
about a man's body? Let's
No.
just pause.
No.
Is there any law?
No. No.
Yes.
It's no.
Howdy, y'all. This is Damani Felder. These are perilous times in American history, and now more than ever, we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the show.
Do you want the truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more f***ed up than the lies on the evening news? Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can...
That is Stillpoint, STIILPOINT, the Don't Unfriend Me band. My name is Matthew Spear. I am the host of Don't Unfriend Me. Good to have you here. Kamala Harris. I don't even know what to say anymore. This person's running for president, and we all know she doesn't care about the Constitution. We know she doesn't know anything about what it takes to govern people, but you think someone from California would understand draconian law, and more importantly, how biased the laws are and skewed towards women over men. And it's not just bodily autonomy or health care, but there is one particular law that is national, not just California, that comes to mind. And I think everyone's screaming it all at the same time, collectively. And people, whether they're involved in politics or not, all probably concluded that the draft is fairly sexist and tells a man what to do with his body. But there's more than that. You have child custody laws in California. Family Code 3040, 80% of mothers are awarded primary custody nationwide, with California courts historically following this trend. Fathers receive primary custody in only 20% of the cases. That is a huge number. And when you look at alimony or support when it comes to divorce and separation, is California Family Code 4320. 90% of alimony recipients are indeed women, and men are overwhelmingly more likely to pay spousal support, reflecting gender biases in financial dependency assumptions. The Selective Service will go in detail about this. This is 50 U.S. Code 3802. 100% of men aged 18 to 25 in California are required to register for the draft. In comparison, 0% of women are required to register, making this legal obligation that only affects men. Now, the draft and Selective Service, you may ask yourself, well, what is it? 1863, the Civil War draft was created. And first, this federal draft impacted men alone, age 20 to 45. It led to New York draft riots where over 120 people died. In 1917, in World War I, Selective Service Act introduced for men ages 21 to 30, 2.8 million men were drafted. 116,516 U.S. soldiers died in that war from the Selective Service. 1940, World War II, first peacetime draft for men aged 21 to 36. Over 10 million men were drafted, 405,000 U.S. soldiers died in that war. 1950, the Korean War, draft resumed for men ages 18 to 26. 1.5 million men were drafted, 36,574 died. In 1964, the Vietnam War draft expanded for men aged 18 to 35. 2.2 million were drafted, 58,000 U.S. soldiers died. In 1973, a year before I was born, the draft ended, and the military became all volunteer. However, in 1980, draft registration was reinstated for men aged 18 to 25. When we go back into paternity law, California Family Code 7540, 30% of men who challenge paternity through DNA testing are found not to be the biological father. Men can still be required to pay child support if they do not challenge paternity, within a strict legal timeline and deadline. Domestic violence arrest, California Family Code 6203, men arrested in 70 to 80% of domestic violence cases, even though studies show men and women commit domestic violence at similar rates. Enforcement often disproportionately impacts men due to social biases. How about child support? California Family Code 4053, 85% of non-custodial parents ordered to pay child support are men. 43% of child support recipients are unmarried mothers, increasing the likelihood that men are responsible for payments. False accusations of domestic violence, California Family Code 6200, 72% of restraining orders during custody battles are based on unsubstantiated or false accusations, with men being the primary targets. Wage garnishment for child support, California Family Code 5230. Men face wage garnishment if they miss child support payments, often leading to financial hardship, especially when the courts are slow to adjust payments after a job loss. The lists go on and on. If you would like to look at the workplace, if you would like to look at how men, specifically ages 35 to 45, are being targeted, specifically retired military or military service, are being replaced with equity, diversity, and inclusion standards, we can go on and on. I wonder if Kamala Harris is going to be so selective in the Selective Service when she looks at overall recruitment numbers in the military are down by 36% year over year. Women, I would be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Equality, after all, is supposed to be blind. Doesn't seem so in this case. But Kamala Harris is continuing the trend. Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. You can watch us tonight at 7 o'clock. We can't wait to see you. Stop on by, say hello, go to thedumbshow.com. Make sure to follow, share, and subscribe. Be good to each other, and we'll see you tonight.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.